The Las Vegas Raiders have traded up to grab the safety from Georgia, Christopher Smith. This guy is a great coverage corner, and the Raiders thought it was important to grab him. That's why they traded up. The Raiders actually acquired the 170th pick from the New York Jets in exchange for the 204th pick and the 220th pick. The Raiders had a lot of picks in this draft. They needed to offload them. This was a great way to fill a need and find a great player who can contribute to your football team. We don't exactly know the status of Trayvon Merrick. We know the Raiders signed Marcus Epps at safety. Well, Christopher Smith is definitely going to be in the picture, and the fact that you got somebody who can compete in the 5th round is really impressive. He has great control, great quality range from the deep middle, so I could see him playing some free safety for the Raiders, can read routes really well, is not the fastest guy, had that 4.6 40-yard dash, and that is some of his knock, not a physical specimen on the smaller side, also not a ball hawk, and does miss some tackles at times. So the fact that he doesn't have the greatest speed and it also is not a monster in the run game is some concern, but you still played at Georgia, and I think if you could make it in Georgia, become a contributor there, a good starter there, you could make it in the NFL. Some of his best games last year, according to PFF, were against Oregon, and also Florida. So against Anthony Richardson there, he did quite well. And yes, he had 52 tackles last year, along with the 75.8 PFF grade. Also had, 10 assistant tackles and did have some experience lining up in the slot, so he could be utilized in interesting ways in Patrick Graham's defense. And he is 5'11", 192 pounds, so everyone's going to talk about his size. But hey, people are saying that he's one of the best in the class at feeling from deep and making a ton of plays in the back end. He also had 5 pass deflections last year and only allowed a 50 passer rating. That is the second best among SEC safeties. That's impressive. And it looks like CBS just gave the Raiders a C+ grade on this pick. They're not completely convinced, but hey, Patrick Graham did work with this guy at the Senior Bowl. So this is like the 4th player the Raiders have drafted who they worked with at the Senior Bowl. It must mean a lot. It must mean a lot, and it must mean they know he could make the 53-man roster. I don't think they would have wasted some of these picks that they did trading up for this guy if they did not think he'd be a key contributor this year. And it is great to see the Raiders add some talent on defense. I think they still have holes at linebacker, should maybe address defensive tackle again, but getting this safety here does add some competition that I think is important. Trayvon Merrick is in the last year of his contract this year, so the Raiders are looking towards the future and looking to add depth to that position. Smith has played against great talent. He's a 2-time CFP national champion. 2020, his season was cut short due to the virus, but this past year in 2022, he was first team all SEC. And many people believe if he would have done better at the combine, he would have been drafted in day 2 instead of day 3. Let me know how you feel about this pick in the comments below. My name is WifiWillie. Check out some of these other draft videos you may have missed. Peace out, and I hope you have a good one.